What's one type you'll never date again? My last ex was a man baby who lived off of his single mum's salary and spent most of it on fueling his expensive hobbies, e.g. gaming and photography. The restaurant, of course. And walking around on a full stomach just left me feeling sick all the time, and I couldn't figure out why until I went on a solo trip for the first time since dumping him. Never again. Affirm this is just how I am type that has proven time and time again that someone is set in their ways, excuses their toxic behavior, and takes no effort to look introspectively at themselves or how they affect others around them. That's not to say that this is always a bad thing. I'm all about being who you are, but I draw the line at never looking into who you are or why because you've given up on trying for yourself. Clingy. I thought it would be cute and romantic when I got into my first and so far only relationship, which with someone who openly described herself as clingy. I was not allowed to spend any time away from her unless it was well planned in advance, and she tried to separate me from my family. I loved the shit out of her, but she consumed my life and broke my heart when I tried to take some control back. Never again. Gamer type. From my experience, gamer type men will be very emotionally immature and will check out from adult situations to disappear into their own little game world. Won't pull equal weight with domestic labor. Just think spending too much time on games is a huge mark of immaturity, and for me is a huge red flag. 1010 would not recommend a gamer type to any women looking for an equal partner. The stay up late and sleep through the day type. I'm not talking night shift people. I'm talking about the people who are willing and able to stay up till 2 a.m. and then sleep till 2 p.m. I get tired at night time, and then my brain wakes me up at stupid o'clock regardless of when I went to bed. It also ruins the day, because they want breakfast and you think it's too late for a lunch date. Date, befriend, hang around. Have anything to do with anyone who self-describes as an empath. They'll say they're an empath and it's just a matter of weeks until they decide how you're feeling about anything and everything, and getting pissed at you for it. Been burned about half a dozen times, and since I backed away slowly from the type, life has been a lot simpler. Chicks that want a family to quit. I've dated to girls that all they wanted was to get pregnant ASAP and start a family. I'm not against kids, but I'm in no rush to have any. Both were 2-year relationships, and seems like around the 2-year mark they wanted to get married and start popping them out immediately. It was just a early 20s thing, but it drove me nuts. Boarding school, old money, Boston lawyer family type. Fox in the sack and smart and beautiful. How other people are just things, and their ability to be cold-hearted and get over things like they never happened couldn't make me date another, no matter how hot or rich or sincere they came across. Human trash. Extroverts. Most of the time I like to chill out at home, just the two of us, without having a massive bridge of people to see and itinerary of places to go all the time. Thankfully my wife is even more introverted than me, so we have our own little world together behind a well-guarded gate that only a few close and trusted friends are allowed into. I really want to say men, but they're just so easy. Women, while objectively better to date and spend your time with, are elusive, and also I don't even know how to signal to them that I am interested. Is there some sort of dance? A sunflower tucked behind my left ear. What is it? Dating apps do not really help the situation. Honestly, attractive dude who totally isn't dating below his league because he wants desperate girls who are easier to manipulate and abuse because they feel lucky they got attention from a hot person. Most other types I avoid. I never dated a first time, but this one fooled me a couple times before I learned. The type that thinks as part of the relationship I have to constantly take them shopping and buy them clothes, jewelry, etc. When I told a girlfriend I wasn't going to play that game, she insisted every guy she ever dated had done that. Don't get me wrong, I was always more than generous, and I'm not about buying my dates and half-pack of light blue American spritz before he goes to the skate park. Commando in his 3-day unwashed sweaty double-knee dickies just to stomp his board in half because he can't land a trick. No, I'm not traumatized. You're traumatized. Sad women. Or more specifically, the kind of woman that is eternally bummed that they aren't constantly happy. It's hard to explain, but I suspect a lot of people reading this know what I'm talking about. They tend to be smart and pretty and annoyed that those things aren't enough to satisfy them. Overly emotional. When we first were dating, we were out to dinner, and she knocked over the ketchup bottle on the table. She cried for several minutes, and the rest of the dinner was a downer. Her parents even warned me about her emotions. I still married her and put up with it for 15 years. The narcissist with the sycophant girlfriends who think she can do no wrong. Meanwhile, she picks fights with you because you fucked up this or that in some way and have to get back in her good graces. Fuck that. I'm a much stronger man now. Also, yeah, that shit fucked me up years later. Someone who doesn't know how to have adult conversations without shutting down. Someone who gaslights and goes to the ends of the earth to avoid accountability and then plays the victim in situations they create. Someone who compulsively lies. And yes, this was all one person. The guys I'm attracted to in general. I like people who treat me like shit, as if I can change them, or I feel like maybe if they give me the time of day I'm special. I just have a sign on my forehead that says naive, gullible, people-pleasing pushover. Please use me. The ugly guy. In high school I decided to finally give the ugly guy a chance. I thought he was sweet and decided hey, looks don't matter. Nope, he cheated on me with 3 different girls just like the pretty guys. Being a nice person doesn't get you any further. SMH. The nice guy who's needy and insecure. He acts really nice because he knows he has literally nothing else going for him. And when he doesn't get what he thinks he deserves for being so nice, well, it's about 2 minutes from nice to punching holes in the wall. The ones that tell their father, I will fucking murder you. Followed up by, oh, I will fucking stab you. I was called the next day. And I will say it was the only time I was sure I made 100 the right choice. Still the best in bed though. Girls named Kathy, or any variation thereof, after 3. Again after 4, and again after 5. I made the same damn promise, nitrogen monoxide, more Kathys. It's been 30 years. I've kept the promise. And at my age, the odds of me dating again are minimal. Alcoholics or other substance abuse. I don't have addictions beyond coffee, but somehow I keep finding people addicted to something every single time. I guess I'm attracted to a type and I hate it. I'm working with a therapist on it now. If they are a grandiose braggart now, they may just be not only a braggart later, but also abusive. All that nice stuff they were saying they were going to do at the beginning of the relationship is also just grandiose bragging. Lawyer. All female lawyers I've been involved with have been so tightly strung they can never relax or enjoy a moment. I switched to going after female engineers. On the whole, they're a much more relaxed bunch. The virtue signaling type. I was told to wear orange on American Independence Day because red, white, and blue was insensitive to natives. I work with natives and they thought their shit was dumb as hell, ha. I still like the way they look and music and a lot of things, that after one too many manipulative suicide attempts I just bailed from the scene. It was a harrowing way to spend my high school years. People who make grand gestures or move very fast. It's a yellow flag for love bombing and later trouble. Anyone who is too slick. I love charming and charismatic people, but I vet them a lot more now. Excessively anxious women who think they exemplify walking a moral high ground. So nothing they ever do is wrong because you did something wrong first. So whatever their response is justified. Float, they can be complicated and never seem to stay consistent over time. They lose precision. 2. Integers are much better companions. Bulls, though, are a bit too bipolar for my taste. Men who constantly talk about their ex, or one who forgot to cash his check when your birthday lobster meals bill comes and he had for drinks, and he never pays you back, my last date lol. Hunter. Not a fan of hunting, or being left alone with kids, weekends, sick days, whatever, because his PTO all went to hunting trips. Oh, and I needed dental care. He had to buy a boat first. I will never date anybody again, period. Because the woman I'm with is hopefully gonna be my for lifer. But if not, I'll probably say mentally unstable people. Been there, done that, it's hell. The type that always wants to do something or go somewhere. No, I really don't want to go to the Biltmore House this weekend. I want to go fishing and drink bourbon straight from the bottle. Any man who has a mum that is too involved. Update. Wow, thanks for all the likes and stories. Folks, this has been super entertaining. I'm glad my lessons can bring some chuckles. If she says she doesn't care about other people's feelings and such, that's not because she's learned proper personal boundaries. That's because she's a narcissist who will manipulate you. 1. Someone still living or in close contact with their ex. I'm not buying that bullshit anymore. 2. Someone who's a porn addict. Point 3. One who love bombs and gaslights. Substance addict. Psycho blondes who only listen to pop music, watch soap operas religiously, and will have no qualm in faking a pregnancy to stop you from leaving them for cheating. Lol. I'm quite happy and single now, but if that were ever to change, I would 100 avoid the jealous, insecure type. I like not having to guard my phone from my partner. I will never date someone from the same small town I came from again. Everyone knows everything you're doing, and people are way too nosy and into your business. Tier to kids. Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Disney musical superfans. Extreme weird vibes under the normie aesthetic. Seriously unchecked underlying mental issues. The Barbie blonde and sweet that everything is me. Then there's the long list of guys she's messaging for extra attention. Lesson learned the hard way. People who have never actually lived on their own. They've always had a partner paying their rent, or a parent paying their car payments, and that sort of thing.